Welcome back to the LEC, and I'm joined by the victorious FLICKR of G2. After they do take down Mad Lions, and FLICKR, congratulations on the victory. How does it feel to be here in your first match in the LEC studio?
Thank you so much, actually. It feels really insane being here. It's so much hype playing from the stage. Yeah. It's true that we don't have crowd yet, but it's completely different experience than playing from home. Yeah. It is true that, you know, you play maybe a bit shaky. I was sometimes feeling a bit uncomfortable, but it was really insane playing from here. What
parts of the game in today in particular was G2 finding, or you personally finding, a bit uncomfortable?
I mean, no, it was just like I'm so short and the screen is so like high that sometimes I cannot see, you know, like the scoreboard and stuff.
Oh no! Still, G2 had a really great performance and an energy coming from G2 booth, because previously I was interviewing one of the Fnatic players and I could see I could hear the G2 players screaming all the way from the other side of the room. I also want to briefly ask about the team atmosphere and the energy you guys brought to the stage today.
I mean, I think, I don't know, like playing with these guys is like playing with your family. Like, they're like really close friends and they're always so funny and they're always so positive. And it's so hard. I mean, it's so hard. It's so easy, sorry, to work with them. And yeah, it feels really great. And I really love every single one of my teammates.
And how has your synergy been with Tarmagus in particular? Because he brought out the set support today and had a really amazing performance against Mad.
I mean, Targa is legit one of the best supporters I've ever played with. And I would say one of the best supporters in Europe. And yeah, like he used to really play a lot of set. Back in K-Corp, and it was always like one of his best champions, and we like the draft was like really good for set, so we just like full trust on him and just go set, and he 1v9.
Everyone's talking about how G2 has really great vibe right now, and also saying how G2 has created a really nice mix between veterans and rookies. So I want to delve a bit deeper into the shot calling hierarchy within G2. Does everyone shot call, or do the veterans shot call slightly more? How does it go?
I mean, I think everyone adds information, but I would say it's mostly Drakos who decides what to do and stuff. But it's everyone giving input, and it's kind of like having a discussion like in real time in the game. But yeah, I would say, like, if I had to say, like, who is the captain of the team, I would say Drakos.
Who decides to flex going into jungle and play Yone top then?
I mean, I don't know, like, I mean, Dylan likes to do like really, you know, really spicy drafts. Like Broken Blade loves as well spicy drafts, and Caps is like, I don't know, like the king of spicy drafts.
And we certainly do look forward to more spicy drafts from G2 as the players slowly head back into the LEC studio. One last question, FLICKR. This is the beginning of the second round of the LEC Spring, and you'll be facing each team once. Today you beat Med. Is there any particular team in the LEC that you want to face again or possibly beat in the second round?
I would say Rogue is the team I'm looking forward to play the most, because I feel like our game against them was like, I don't know, we really cringed it. Like, it was really cringe performance by us. So I really want to, you know, like, get revenge. And I hope we stomp them as well.
Okay, we will certainly look forward to that matchup and also more from you. And thank you so much for the interview. And we'll be tossing right to the PGL with Sjokz and Drakos.
Thank you so much, Ashley. We got a little dance as well. Fantastic first day for you in the LEC studio. And what a fun interview with FLICKR. I would also like to welcome Zanzarah to the post-game lobby. Hello, man.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you for joining us so much. Well, obviously, it is a momentous occasion because you guys beat Rogue earlier. We didn't get to hear from you yet, so talk to me about that game. Why did you, or how did you rather, why seems a little, how did you beat them?
It was easy game. We just had like better top, better jungle, better mid, better bot lane. So it was actually like easy. But we know, okay, like everyone calling Malrang the best jungle, right? So I know I need like to beat Malrang, I need to be Malrang. So I just like, and if you are Malrang, you are not fighting jungle camps, you are fighting enemies. So I just said, okay, Matti, White Knight, you can take every camp. I just go and fight Malrang, and we're gonna dance. And it worked, actually, it worked. Nobody expected this, but actually it's a key to victory. And I think every team gonna do the same right now, and they're all gonna start losing games.
I think that's genius. I love it. You know, if you can't beat them, join them, so to speak. But also, I like that you pointed out that this could be the blueprint for success against Rogue. Do you think other junglers are going to copy you and pick junglers that are early and kind of scrappy and just go fight Malrang instead of waiting for him to show up in a random lane?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's not about like peaks, but overall, I think in Europe, junglers kind of stuck what is like correct way kind of to play League of Legends. So they just farm and try to like, they're looking for ganks basically when there is nothing to farm most of the time. And Malrang is like, okay guys, it's just solo queue for me, this LEC after LCK, so I just gank because I can, nothing stopped me, by the way, and it works. And everyone's like, what? It's working? No way. And I think people are gonna like adapt right now. So I mean, like I mean personally, even like from the start of the split, I thought like Malrang is doing some crazy things. It's like it shouldn't work. It's kind of illegal. So right now you just do the same as he does, and you can just outplay him. He basically playing like in solo queue, you play jungle. You just do 3 camps and then you just perma gank, because if you don't gank, your team dies.
Yeah.
And this is what Malrang doing on stage. No, I don't know why it's working, but it's working. And only way to beat it, you just do the same. It's like in solo queue. That's all.
It's actually so five-head because we in broadcast we're like building up. I mean, Malrang is a great player, so I hope none of the fans are throwing everything out now that he had one bad game, which they will certainly be doing. But we look at it as, oh yeah, and you know he doesn't need any resources because he's giving them all to his team and he's always ganking. He's like, this is solo queue mentality.
Yeah.
We do not play solo queue mentality.
I think there's 2 framings. We're like, he's selfless, he sacrifices himself, it's volatile, it's risky, but you know, he makes it work, and you're like, this man's playing solo queue, and I just have to beat him in his own game, which frankly, I like. It's a different take on it, and I'm now a little nervous for Rogue, to be completely honest, because Kadril was just talking earlier about how he thinks Rogue can be dissected. He'll share that tomorrow. But I think this is just yet another way that teams can maybe pick apart the things that have made Rogue, and specifically Malrang, successful with so far this season.
Yeah, really cool. And also just overall really cool that you guys were able to beat Rogue. It was very necessary, Zanzarah. Talk to me a little bit about your split so far, because we didn't get to have you on PGL that much, because there weren't so many victories yet. What's your view on the situation?
Yeah, okay. It was a tough split. Let's call it like this. Some things was not working and some things was completely not working. So yeah, it was a bit hard. What is a bit hard? But we had some like light in our practice, and I think it show up in especially like Vitality and Rock game. So I just hope just gonna go like the same way next games, and then we can win. This is what important. But yeah, like it was like especially from mental part was not the easiest split to play, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, this is a roster that has gotten a ton of criticism in the past, and certainly it did not stop in the offseason or into the early split. But I would love to hear about how you and Promiscu are working together, because I think everyone has seen it. We saw it in the Vitality game. We saw it in this game as well. You guys are both so active in playmaking and so active in moving across the map. Have you felt like that relationship and that dynamic has improved? How big of a part of that is your success?
I mean, yeah, definitely. But I think I mean, jungle support is always was a kind of like driving force, what like make teams play proactively. If jungle support doesn't really work together, then team kind of just farming for late game and nothing is gonna happen. So yeah, I mean, we were like we had like some talks how we want to like solve it, how we want to play more proactively, and I think it's kind of like show up on stage. So yeah, I mean, I'm just from my perspective, I'm like right now just trying to look what is Promiscu doing, and like trying to follow for every play, because most of the time he call like correct plays, and we just go together. Even if, for example, if I don't see the play, I just trust him to what he decide if it's good play or not, and we just blend follow. And it just may make much more decisiveness, I think, for our plays, because before we had a problem when we even if we're in a good spot, we kind of just not sure if it's good play or not, and then enemy just like moment is gone, and we just like, yeah, we lost set. But right now we just like, okay, Inter, let's go punish him, and doomed.
Is it hard to have that trust on a team that's struggled? Because I think that, like, I can see it when you guys are winning and teams are ahead. It's so easy to be like, we're going to kill that guy. You absolutely believe it. But when you're down, when you guys have been losing a lot, how is it to actually trust him in that decision that he is making the right call and follow him in? Was that a difficult adjustment to make?
I mean, for me, trust was not always. I mean, wasn't really a problem. For me, it's like I'm like basically like from the start, I full trust, you know. But if every time it goes wrong, I'm kind of losing trust. But I think it's working. Like, you know, like when you start losing, you know, at like 0-5, you kind of like don't have trust. But when you're 0-9, you're like, okay, we go for it. It doesn't matter. What can go wrong, right? What can go wrong? We go. No, doesn't matter. And then you just go up. So right now we have like full trust because nothing to lose. And I think it's not for us, only for me with Promiscu, but for every teammate. We just like follow, we have a call, even though if we like don't see the full picture. So yeah, I mean, it helps us like a lot to just be confident in our plays and just push our lead every time.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for that insight, and it was great to see you win, and we hope that, of course, you continue that trend. There's one thing that's not related to the game we need to ask you about, which is that Skarner won the rework, lotto, or bingo, or whatever you want to call it.
The rework,
the thing is,
a poll.
does that make you happy, or are you scared that they're going to touch your baby and, like, change him in some way?
No, but okay, I know. I mean, Riot, really great company. Just want to say one thing. Really great company, my favorite company, by the way. And so, like, they're gonna keep Ultimate for sure, because Ultimate is the key mechanics, right? 100%, you're not changing Ultimate. Then it's like pointless, then just make another champion. I just hope they're gonna give him dash. So just give him like teleport.
Revive.
Just give him. Yeah. Oh, hey, revive. So good. Okay, look, dash, revive, and then passive, like action passive. Then it's broken. And then we can play for sure. So good. But of course, because if you rework Skarner, just make something like playable. But overall, as we see, like every rework what Riot did in the past, it just make like champion completely broken, like just stomping competitive scene like for 2 months after that. So I just hope it's the same gonna happen with Skarner, and it's huge. This time.
I hope for your sake too, but all I will say is that Riot Games higher ups, and specifically the game team, if you made a podcast with who's ever doing the rework of Skarner, Zanzarah, Captain Flowers, and whatever DGen has the most Skarner games on the ladder, that's top content. I'm giving that one for free. I'm just saying that greatest possible podcast.
Yeah, and I think we can also all agree, Skarner mains great people across the board.
They're chill.
Pretty good people from the sample sizes that we have, which is
two.
Zanzarah and Captain Flowers. Really great. So we'll see what happens with Skarner. We do need to move on and talk a little bit about the last match of the day, which was G2 beating the Mad Lions. The Kia player of the game was Targamas with 73% of the votes. A support running away with it again. Did you see the game? Did you think he deserved the MVP? Zanz.
Yeah, I think. It's hard to say who is the player of the game. I think G2 won as a team, but there was a traitor in Mad Lions. I think there was like one traitor in Mad Lions. Should I say? Okay. Let's put it like this. I think it's hard to play League of Legends when you don't have mid laner. This is what I think. It's a bit hard. I think it's for me strange when your mid laner is one trick pony Victor, but then if Victor is banned, he picked like melee champions, and then I'm not sure what is happening. It's like, I actually feel bad for Eloy, honestly. I feel bad for Eloy because I feel like Eloy right now the best jungler in the LEC, but actually he just completely get run down by his teammate. Actually, it's unbelievable. It's actually illegal. I feel like honestly, it's jungle life, bro.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Said it.
Yeah, hashtag guys spam Eloy stay strong. This is hashtag we spam.
The motivational speech should have been.
All I'm gonna say is, Zanz, you came in hot, bro. There's like beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
You're like playing a marimba on its freaking skeleton. You know,
they give him some time. But
I mean, fair though. I mean, it was a really rough game.
Yeah,
and
it was a rough game.
There was one play, obviously, where I think maybe things could have gone a little bit better. Reeker goes for the all-in. His Q actually gets interrupted on Aurelia. And I think if that doesn't happen, if he holds the Q, waits for the ult to hit him, he's probably fine. He can get 1 or 2 kills there. He gets a bit of redemption. But it was rough, and it has been rough. And I agree that seeing Aurelia and immediately after that, Renekton before that, and not arcing out. We definitely want to see more
Hey,
from Reaper.
Zanzarah, do you think Mad Lions are in danger of not making it to the playoffs?
Ooh, spice.
I mean, I think they're gonna make it just because I think like LoE have like a lot of impact, and like bottom teams, he for sure can like just solo carry. I think Kaiser doesn't have like really good times, but there is still synergy from previous splits with LoE, so they're like mid jungle support is working pretty well. But yeah, I'm just like worried about their drafts because it feels like if Victor is out, they go completely out of the meta drafts. So if they can like pick up like at least something like stabilizing drafts, I'm not sure because yeah, I mean they're playing like front to back or complete all in, and I feel like it's not really like working for them. And I think they have like a lot of times to figure it out, but I think they should be in playoffs 100%.
Yeah. They should be indeed. Maybe Astralis knocks them out in some weird twist of fate or something.
But Astralis already won by the split. What we are talking, it's 3 already. Yeah. It's okay. Scenario is gonna be like 9-9. So Astralis and Rock gonna lose all the games. So it's gonna be the tiebreaker for spot with Rock,
Subscribe.
and then we're gonna win.
Subscribe.
Subscribe?
Yeah, subscribe. That sounds really interesting.
She believes.
In any case, though, I do like your approach and the way, you were like, okay, Rogue, this is the weakness we've identified. This is how we'll beat them. Mad, this is the weakness we've identified. This is how we'll beat them. I'm looking forward. This is going to become a series, hopefully, where you rack up a couple of wins and then tell us which insane strategy you came up with to beat them. Let's take a look at the standings, though, because you're going to need a lot of strategies, Zanzarah. Unfortunately, only 1 win now. Still at the bottom of the table, but I mean, the other teams are actually not that far above you if you look at that. There's a 2-8 SK Gaming, there's a 3-17 BDS, so there is room to grow. Is that glass half full kind of girl?
You are glass half full. I would say that I'm just gonna ask you, Zanzarah. You talked a lot about how playing with zero pressure has made it so much easier to be super decisive in games. How far do you see this going? It is 1 game today, and I don't want you to like overstate by any means, but how much of this is like the we're losing buff, and how much of that buff disappears now that you've won? Like what's the rise? Are you guys going to rocket to the top? Is it to the stars from this point on, or are we waiting? Is it still going to be a tough road?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I feel like this wins kind of helped because it was kind of like last point for us when we just tried everything, and if this is not gonna work, I'm not sure what is gonna happen. But right now, like people kind of get confidence, I think, in what we are doing overall. So right now, this is time to like miracle run, I feel like, and just for us, just like important if we can just be same confident like we're in scrims. We can win like basically every team, I feel like. Of course, like Rock, for example, disrespect us a little bit on draft, right? But I think if we get like 50-50 drafts, we can always, I think, like win kind of any team.
Loving it. Loving the confidence, rather. When we look at the standings as our last point, Zanzarah, Rogue is, of course, first in the table yet. Still, rather. They only have got 1 loss under their belt. Do you see them as kind of the strongest team and the main candidates for the title? Or are you maybe looking at some of the other teams like a Mad Lions or maybe a G2 or a Fnatic?
Yeah, I think the Rock is for sure still the favorite. I think on the split, I think they have like much more stable lanes overall. They have a lot of drafts advantage, I think they're getting, because if like in other teams you can like just see the clear weakness. In Rock, they're just doing their stuff and they're like always like winning. They kind of know what they need to do to win the game, and they just like continue doing this. So it's like really hard to get advantage versus them in draft. They have like a lot of flex picks also. So yeah, for me, for now, I think Rock's for sure top 1. But I think next like 2-3 weeks gonna be important if teams gonna kind of adapt to them and what Rock gonna do, because right now, for example, Corki is kind of out of the meta with the nerf. So we'll see what Larsen can do. No Corki, and Ari is not working, bro. So we need 1 more champion. So Veigar is open, actually. Yeah. So yeah, I think if Rock can just keep doing this like mid game, late game team fights comp and keep like getting away with it, they can easily win the split. But as we see right now, teams mostly starting prioritizing Rise and just playing more for early game. So maybe teams like Fnatic can just punish Rock by just like dominating them in early game.
Yeah. Or they lose every game from now on, and then they point back to this Astralis game, and they're like, this guy Zanzarah, he exposed all our strats, and it's over.
Sorry, my bad.
Probably not going to happen. Let's take a look at the schedule for tomorrow, because Zanz, you're up versus G2 Esports. Is this another upset in the making?
Oof. It depends. If I can say like this, if we're gonna play versus Yone on top lane, there is a good chance to win the game. This is what I can say. But so I mean, I think G2 have really good drafts, but sometimes they just outdraft themselves. So we just need to give them this chance to outdraft themselves, and then we can win. But I think we're like pretty confident overall. I think like G2, even though they like won today versus Mad Lions, I think we saw they have like a lot of holes in early game. There is like a lot of room to punishment. They are not really like on the same page. I think jungle mid with the like the rest of the team. So of course, like if we're gonna play like today, I think we have a good chance to win. But we'll see.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. The match of the week is Game 5, DD Fnatic versus Vitality. Should be a banger.
I mean, absolutely. I feel like the first game was a bit... Vitality were coming, like they won really hard early game, but Fnatic turned it back, and that was still a really exciting game despite the fact that Vitality weren't in form. But I feel like this is the first taste of what I'm hoping we also get to see in Best of 5. That said, I did see a Zanzarah fan in the game today playing Trundle.
Right.
With a little W max action. Now, last time you were on PGL, it might have been Euphoria, but I think it was PGL. You were like the priest of W max. You were like W max Trundle. It's all anyone should ever do. Do you want to double down? Is it W max all the way for all the Trundle enthusiasts out there?
Yes. Okay. So right now I'm gonna tell the secret strategy, guys, how to play Trundle. You just max W first, no matter what, always, because it's just best skill in the game right now, and then. You see, if you play for team fights and the enemy have a lot of range champions, you max pillar. But if enemy just have melee champions and you can just like bong them, just max Q. Simple as that. But if you max Q first, then you have to max E second if it's range comp, and then you W, you don't have W, and then you don't run. But if you max E for some reason first, you are crazy in your head because it's like 4% slow per level. Complete not gold efficient, by the way. So it's easy as that. Just max W.
You know, like Mobifier and all that. I think there should just be videos of Zanzarah explaining the jungle champions like this, because I would actually follow those guides and like probably do better in game than trying to do those things.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a big fan. You can like Zanzarah, you can sell me on anything, and it's probably problematic because I'll be like, I don't know, this guy did the math, and the math looks really convincing, but Zanzarah said max W,
so
and he did it really funny. So I don't know if I can argue with that.
Yeah, I love it. In any case, we're gonna sign off. I would like to take a selfie with you,
the
two
selfie's
fine
back.
gentlemen. Yes. Yes. I mean, Laura did it as well, actually.
Okay, so I'm the only. Me and Trevor are both
It's you and
the bad.
Trevor. I don't
All
know
right.
what you have against selfies.
Nothing. Oh, hello. We have a
we
camera
go.
too.
Oh, my hair is an absolute mess, but yeah. You look a little bit crazy, sounds, but that's okay.
It's my real look. This is how I play League of Legends.
Very intense. Love it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much everyone at home for joining us as well. A lot of upsets today, and we'll be back tomorrow with more LEC action. See you then. Bye-bye. Max W. Welcome to Berlin, Germany, home of the LEC and week 5 of the 2022 spring season. Luckily, we found ourselves back to, I think, my favorite reality. Super happy to be back. You all have been doing an amazing job, and we're going to make it a banger.
Waiting to get excited. They get out! The Realm Walk takes PDS to safety. That's a great pullback from Eric. They managed to pick up Schlatan on the back end, though. Here it is, jumped onto limit. Neon gets excited, still alive, still full health, runs down Xmati, and as soon as Jinx gets excited, the arcane buff is activated, and Nuclear End, the last man standing, gets aced by Misfits. Cobby is running with that Zeri. The Zenith Blade from Promiscu and taken out by Cobby. 6-0-4.
Fragments dives into the pit, pulls them back with the showstopper. Armor already in the middle of the pit. Jankos trying to take him out. Armor's going to have to flash away. The shockwave lands on 2. Unforgiven's already got 1 kill, but his answer is Rika falls as well. And Jankos, the healing is absurd.